Hello, thank you so much for joining us for KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Christian Garza. Laura has the afternoon off. Well, first, let's send things out to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in our Outdoor Weather Center. Now, Thomas, it sounds like those thunderstorms are in the forecast yet again. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Christian. And it's been a tricky week of forecasting because some days have been better chances than others, with today being one of our highest chances for thunderstorms. And you might be thinking, really? It's all sunny skies outside right now. Well, it's the sunshine that actually gives us the opportunity for these thunderstorms because it energizes the air. So the more sunshine we see right now, funny enough, the better chances for thunderstorms we have later on for this afternoon. With that being said, let's take you to our satellite and radar combination. Not much, but just some high-level cloud cover over Spokane, so mostly sunny. But just over my shoulder here, just over the old chicken wing, there is our first batch of showers. They just popped up within the last few minutes over the North Idaho mountains, so mainly over Idaho and Clearwater County. This a lot kind of, I would call this middle of nowhere country at the moment, but notice the motion here, gently from west to east. So if these showers develop any more strongly, they'll A, become thunderstorms, and then B, we'll see how they track closer towards the Idaho Palouse at first and see if they can't get into eastern Washington a little bit later on for today. So that's kind of the game plan. That's what we're watching here. In the meantime, again, the sunny skies helping to warm us up and energize the air. High temperatures in the 80s this afternoon. But coming up, should these storms arrive in Spokane, I'll show you the time frame that would be most likely. But more importantly, we will also have a breakdown of what areas still have that best chance overall. So a lot of details to cover on today's thunderstorm chance still coming up.
Thank you, Thomas. Well, developing news today. Come take a look at your screen. The FBI is asking the public's help to identify this person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk. There is a $100,000 reward for any information leading to the shooter's arrest. Yesterday, the conservative activist was speaking to thousands at Utah Valley University when he was shot and killed. Now, this morning, we got an update from the FBI on the shooting. CBS's Andres Gutierrez has the latest.
Investigators in Utah say they have good video footage of the person they suspect killed Charlie Kirk yesterday.
We are investing everything we have into this, and we will catch this individual.
Police say they found what they believe to be the murder weapon in a wooded area, a high-powered bolt-action rifle. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News the single shot was likely fired from the roof of the nearby Low-C Center. It happened right as Kirk was fielding a question about gun violence.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood.
Investigators have also collected footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis.
Kirk was a highly influential conservative activist who was hosting an event at Utah Valley University.
He helped people to have a voice. He helped have discussions. He was probably the reason Trump won.
2 people were briefly detained after the shooting. Investigators say they determined both had nothing to do with the attack. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Orem, Utah.
Both Republican and Democratic political leaders have condemned the shooting. Washington Representative Dan Newhouse shares, quote, "I was deeply saddened to hear Charlie Kirk has died from this despicable act of violence. We must also recognize the unacceptable pattern of political violence we have witnessed in recent years." Idaho Senator Mike Crapo also commented, stating Charlie was a leader in the conservative political movement with many promising years to come. His assassination is a vile and reprehensible act of political violence. Crapo continued to acknowledge Kirk's goal to have open conversation with people across the political spectrum. Sent out a message on social media. She said, just months ago, the Speaker of the Minnesota House was killed. Now, Charlie Kirk. This must end. Political violence is a uniquely dangerous thing. We make ourselves heard with our voices and our votes. From Utah to Colorado now, 2 students were seriously hurt in a shooting yesterday at Evergreen High School in Evergreen, Colorado. The shooter, a student at the high school, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The local sheriff's office says the gunman opened fire with a revolver. Video shows terrified students running from the scene and ringing a doorbell at a nearby home. Others were on lockdown inside of the high school. Colorado Senator John Hickenlooper says Congress should find a bipartisan solution to stop school shootings.
If there were a terrorist trying to hurt our country, what more harmful thing could they do but to make our children scared to learn, scared to go to school, right? We're terrorizing ourselves.
Police say first responders reached the scene within 2 minutes of receiving multiple 911 calls and made contact with the suspect 3 minutes later. Across America now, the nation is marking 24 years since the deadly September 11th terror attacks killed nearly 3,000 people and forever altered the country. Michael George is in Lower Manhattan with more.
A bell tolled, marking the moment the first plane crashed into the World Trade Center 24 years ago today. Mournful bagpipes followed, and then the traditional reading of the names of the victims of the largest terror attack on American soil.
Michael F. Camerata.
Family members of those lost that day renewed their vow to keep their memories alive.
They simply went to work one day and never came home, and we must always remember them.
At the Pentagon, President Trump and the First Lady took part in a moment of silence for the 184 people killed there.
First Lady and I unite with you in sorrow. And today, as one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001.
And a ceremony was held in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, in memory of the passengers and crew killed aboard United Flight 93. In addition to the lives lost on that tragic day, there's also a focus on the hundreds of first responders who have since died from 9/11 related illnesses.
We still have more people sick, and we're seeing illnesses and cancers that we had never seen before.
Yesterday, the FDNY World Trade Center Memorial Wall added the names of another 39 members, a number that's sadly expected to grow. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Closer to home today, the Spokane County Fair is joining in celebrating all heroes as part of its remembrance of 9/11. Heroes Day at the fair means free admission for all military veterans, active military members, family of military members, police, firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics, as well as hospital staff, anybody from janitors all the way to doctors as well. Just be sure to bring your work badge or your military ID. There are events at the fair today as well. An hour ago, there was a Patriots Day wreath ceremony at the main gate of the fair, that is, and right now people are headed to Bay 3 to make notes and pictures for gratitude for our soldiers. They are also able to take home crafts with a patriotic theme. You can go home with an American flag windsock as well. And you know about a September 11th event happening in our area. In Ephrata, people are invited to join the American Legion Post for a Patriot Day, National Day of Service, and Remembrance Ceremony. The event starts at 5:30 tonight on the Grant County Courthouse lawn.